Step back.
Grew up in Bristol, in Knoll. I lived with my mum, my dad, and my sister, and we had a cat. I don't really like cats, and we got a dog. I like the dog. I spent most of my time with my nan, about 5 minutes up the road in Ilminster. There was a nursery I went to, Ilminster Avenue Nursery, great nursery. We used to go back to our house for the little tins of sausage and beans. We moved about a lot, 5 times maybe, before I was about 15. And then we ended up in Hengrove. It was good a good learning experience. It's quite a diverse city, you come across all sorts of people, some nicer than others. It was tough though, it was tough growing up in the area that I was from. It was quite a predominantly white area and there weren't many black families and one half of my family was black and the other being white. So we struggled a bit there, growing up with racism and stuff in school, but now weirdly enough all those kids were like really good friends of mine. So it was just like young stuff, but I'm not too fazed by it now. But the area's alright. It's subjective, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, my mum was good. She kept me out of trouble, to be honest. She was quite precious over me because I'm her only boy. But I found trouble quite easily, so that's probably where we clashed. And that was when my dad would step in. And as I got older and the more people I met, got a bit more serious. Probably start when I was about 13, 14. I grew a lot, I was a lot bigger than most kids at that age. So I was in a bad crowd for a bit. I say bad crowd, but they're all really good friends of mine, And we were just, we were mischievous, but I can't really measure it up to other kids. And everyone's different where they grow up, I'm sure other people would have thought they were really mischievous as a kid, and I think I'm naughty, but then there's other people at different end of the scale. So I've always found it quite weird when people say, oh yeah, I used to be a right naughty kid, and then you sort of find out they're on about drawing on the walls and stuff, and it was never quite that. I got in a bit more trouble sort of the older you get, it's just the worse it gets, because people think you're more accountable then. And then when you hit 16, it's right, you're a young adult sort of thing. So then you really got to take responsibility for it all. So I got arrested, and that was sort of the turning point for me then, because I wanted to do rugby and I got a scholarship at Hartbury College, which changed my life really. So yeah, that's quite a short version of what goes on. I started off with football, as every kid does, and they all think they're going to be a footballer because that's where all the money is, that's what you want to do when you're younger. I've done some combat sports, like karate and all that, because I was quite an aggressive kid. I had some serious issues. And yeah, we addressed them by trying to take me to karate, doing a little bit of boxing, all that sort of stuff. Tried archery, my nan took me to archery on a Tuesday evening. Just anything to sort of get me out of the house and keep me out of trouble. My dad thought, we'll try rugby, because it's obviously quite a abrasive sport. And yeah, I liked it to start off with, but I hated going to training, because obviously you train in the rain and all that stuff's freezing, whereas in football, if it rains, usually you go in when you train. But yeah, the culture, the rugby environment and stuff, it was good for me, man. It changed my sort of outlook on life. I don't know, yeah, it made me mature very fast, and obviously no one really cares where you're from in rugby. They did sort of when you were a bit younger and you'd go into trials, schoolboy trials, and that really counted then. But as you get older and you get into a senior environment, I don't really think people care that much. So yeah, it's definitely changed my life for the better.
Very effectively, this is Genge. Oh, Genge like a baby rhino with a dart up its backside, just charging into the opposition.
So I was a lot worse when I was younger, but it was mindless. Do you know what I mean? I was just seeing red all the time, and it worked for me when I was younger because not a lot of kids had that sort of nasty streak in them. I'd just be like a weirdo. People wouldn't even know what to do with me. But as I got older, obviously people try to not take it away from you, but they don't want to see it as much. They don't want you running around being horrible at that age, It's not really looked at that well. But then as you get older, people are like, right, we need more aggression. So it was real confusing for me as I got older. People wanted more of what I did when I was younger. But then when I went to Leicester, obviously with Richard Cockrell, he was a good advocate of that, so it helped me out. I debuted for Leicester in March 11th, I want to say, in 2016, when I came on loan from Bristol on the 1st of Feb. Birthday was on the 16th, turned 21. And then went to March, I debuted off the bench, Cocker sort of like joked with me after the game and said, like, at this rate you play for England in the summer. And I was like, obviously it's a stupid thing to say. Not stupid, but you don't believe him, do you know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. And then I remember it was after the Surrey semi, we lost, and then after the game he was like, right, good season lads, Lenny, good luck. I can't remember who else was going, Coley, and Ellis Genge, and I was like, what do you mean? And then obviously I was told I was going, but then that night I got home and I get a phone call at like 11 o'clock and it's like, mate, do you know who this is? Number I don't know, and I'm like, no, I've got no idea. And he was like, it's Eddie Jones, and I was like, nah, it's not. And he was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, nah, it's not. He's like, it is. I was like, oh, it really is. And then yeah, he was like, you're gonna come into camp with us, you're gonna play on the 26th. And obviously you go into camp and usually there's not that, you're not sure if you're gonna play or not, but there was only two loose heads, me and Matt Mullen. I still don't think I was gonna play, I don't know why. And then yeah, I ended up getting a cap on the 26th, and I didn't get my next appearance for, I think, 342 days. Yeah, no one's counting it, are they?
But Ellis Genge wins the turnover. Number 17, great body position, really strong over that.
I remember chatting with the boss about a year ago, and I was like, look, man, I don't really feel myself in this environment. And he was like, look, you just got to be yourself, and then everything will be easier. And that advice went really hit home with me, and I've sort of come into my own as a bloke and as a character in the last year. If I had to give any advice to like young people coming into the environment, that'd be it. Just you're here because of you, not because they want you to be someone else. Obviously, you got to abide by rules like everyone else.
Crouch! Fine!
Obviously, he's a great coach. Tell him that, please. Now he's a good dude. Like, he's actually a good bloke, and he's played rugby. He played at Leicester. He's a front row at the club, so there's that sort of similarity. And he came. I've listened to a few of his interviews and stuff, and I think we've actually had a similar upbringing, obviously on different sides of the world. But I think he relates quite well to this sort of the mixture of people that you can get from England in that sort of background. And then yeah, like between us, there's a bit of back and forth, and he gives me a hard time when he needs to. But yeah, I think he actually understands me, and like he's good like that, you know. He like lets people be themselves. You don't want people to be that traditional sort of rugby robot, and everyone falls in line. And he's still doesn't let me wear my hat at dinner table, but I'm warming him up to that.
England get the big heave on once more. Fact starting to join in now. There it is. Ellis Genge, the scorer.
This is probably the funniest bit that no one can really grasp in this side of the world as opposed to back home. Like, I still have people asking me when I got called up to the England squads, so do you still play rugby then? I'm like, yeah, it's my job. And they're like, yeah, what's your actual job? And I'm like, no, this is what I do. Yeah, but like, what do you do in the week? And I'm like, no, I play rugby. Like, this is a job. Yeah, all right, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one can understand, because it ain't that popular where I'm from. It's all football. But now, yeah, my friends still, they know now. Like, they've come to a few of the games. Came to the Italy game in the Six Nations. There's a few photos of that. They loved it. But yeah, there's still people that I see from like back in school and that, and I'll see them and they're like, fair play, you're doing all right with the rugby, ain't you? And I'm like, yeah. What are you working as though? Like, can never get my head around it, but.